Hey, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing the power rankings for the Western Conference in the 2020-2021 NBA season. Earlier this week, I did a video for the Eastern Conference, and I said sooner or later I will do one for the Western Conference, and here it is. And that video only got 11 likes in the first 11 views, in the first 3 days, and I'm not really happy about that. So please, if you see this, then click on. Well, if you're watching, then you've already clicked on it. So never mind. Without further ado, let's get into it. So here we have the Utah Jazz as the number one team, in my opinion, which will end off the season in the Western Conference. I don't think it's really debatable. You can make an argument for the Phoenix Suns being better than the Utah Jazz to finish off since Donovan Mitchell is injured, but I still see them finishing with one more win at the end of the season. Their current record is 42-14, and the Suns' record is 40-15. But I see the Suns finishing with just one less win at 54-18, and the Jazz will finish with 55-17. Now the number 3 team, LA Clippers, their current record is 39-19. They've played around 58 games so far this season, so they have 14 games left due to the shortened season, which only consists of 72 games. Paul George is on a roll in the past 3 or 4 games, averaging around 35 points in the past 3 games. And I think they'll finish with a record of 50-22, meaning that they'll win 11 more games and lose 3 more only. Next, the 4th seed at the end of the season will be the Denver Nuggets. I know they're without Jamal Murray, but in my opinion, he really wasn't that big of a part of the Nuggets as he is proposed to be. Yes, he's a crucial role to their wins, true, but he's not as crucial as Nikola Jokic, who is an MVP candidate, and he's a valuable player to the Denver Nuggets, and I think he can still bring them and help them stay the top 4 seed, having a record of 46-26 at the end of the season. Next, on the number 5 seed, we have the Portland Trail Blazers with Damian Lillard out recently. CJ McCollum and players like Jusuf Nurkic and Carmelo Anthony have taken a big step up towards their scoring. Defensive-wise, Portland's a mid-decent team. They're not great defensively, but they're decent. I think they can manage to win 44 games at the end of the season, meaning that they win 12 more games now and lose 5 more. Because of the way CJ McCollum is playing back from his injury. Next, this one's a huge surprise, I think, to many people, but I seriously have the Golden State Warriors at number 6. Yeah, LA is going to be out of the playoffs and they'll be in the play-in tournament, trust me, and I'll explain you my reasoning right now. LA is going to be without Anthony Davis maybe 1 or 2 more weeks. They're saying he's returning to practice now. But they said it's going to take 1 week or maybe 2 weeks. LeBron's out probably till the last week of the season, and there's 4 weeks left in the season, so maybe he's probably going to play the last 1 week of the season left. LeBron James. Anthony Davis won't carry the Lakers to 10 more wins. I just see them having 7 wins and 9 more losses, and trust me, the opponents for the Lakers remaining are really tough. They have the Jazz a couple of times. They have the Mavericks, I believe, once or twice, and Mavericks can give them a challenge because Luka Doncic is outstanding. And the reason I put Golden State over there, because when you look at their schedule, they have 2 games left against Houston, 3 games with Oklahoma City Thunder, which are definitely easy, winnable games. They have a game against the Celtics, who are back and uprising in the Eastern Conference, but still I think they can manage to win that game because of the role Steph Curry's on right now. In the past 9 games, he has more than 32 points in each game, and in the past 3 games, in the third quarter, he's averaging 22 points alone. In the third quarter, in the past 3 games, he's averaging 22 points. So just imagine how many points he averages in the whole game. Plus, he barely plays in the fourth quarter because most of those are blowouts nowadays, either by the Golden State Warriors or either to the Golden State Warriors. Most of them haven't been close games at all, but I really do see them winning 14 more games and only losing 2 games, 2 or 3 games. But again, this isn't the perfect prediction. This is somewhere around 42 wins and somewhere around 30 losses. Next, at number 8, we have the Dallas Mavericks. Their current record is 30 wins and 25 losses. I only see them Like, I see them being decent now. Luka Doncic is obviously fantastic. He's a future face of the NBA. But I see them winning 10 more games and losing 7 more games because their upcoming schedule is actually pretty tough. Then we have the Memphis Grizzlies as number 9. They're playing really well this season somehow. Ja Morant's, this is only his second season, and Jaren Jackson Jr. has been injured pretty much the whole season. But Ja Morant has really carried, and players like Dillon Brooks and Jonas Valanciunas have stepped up when he was injured this season. But I think they'll be good enough to make the play-in tournament, and maybe they can even come out against the San Antonio Spurs, which is the next team. And San Antonio Spurs will probably win 11 more games and lose 7 more. DeMar DeRozan should have been an All-Star this season, but props to Mike Conley for being his first-time All-Star. But honestly, DeMar, if you talk about this season, was more deserving. But yeah, that's another topic. But San Antonio Spurs have won a lot of games this season somehow. And also prayers up for Jamal Murray and LaMarcus Aldridge. LaMarcus just retired from the NBA after playing like 5 seasons with the San Antonio Spurs and half a season, not even half, like 2 months with the Brooklyn Nets. 1 month actually. He has a irregular heartbeat during the game, and he decided to retire and put his family and health first, which I absolutely respect. Jamal Murray tore his ACL, I believe, against the Golden State Warriors a few nights ago, and prayers up to him, man, because, I mean, Nuggets, I think, can still win without him, but he's a nice guy. And yeah, prayers up for James Wiseman as well. It's just revealed he'll miss the rest of the season with his torn meniscus in his left knee. And as a Warriors fan, that really sucks because I thought he could have been a vital piece upcoming this season if we by any chance made the playoffs, which I think we will as a number 6 seed. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the top 10 teams and the playoff and play-in teams. Moving on to the next slide, and basically this is basically the teams that like no one really cares about because there's not even in the playoff and play-in tournaments. Those teams are the Pelicans, and I honestly see them interesting next season because Zion and Brandon Ingram are 2 upcoming superstars and faces of the NBA. Brandon Ingram and Zion are already stars, but just not superstars yet. Kings, shout out to De'Aaron Fox. I hope I spelled that right. Next, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves with Karl-Anthony Towns and D'Angelo Russell. I expected them to be really good this season, but they were just injured and missed a lot of games, both of them. And due to COVID-19 protocols, this season just been like a roller coaster for them. Anthony Edwards, in my opinion, though, is really, really dope, and I definitely see him being at least an all-star in his upcoming seasons. Next, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder, and basically with all their picks that they have right now, and these non-notable players that I don't even know the names of, the only person I know on them is George Hill. I just see them drafting superstars after superstar in each draft, and by 2069, I think they'll be NBA champions because all of these draft picks they have, one of them has to turn out to be a superstar. And shout out to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who I definitely think will be a superstar maybe next or next to next year because he's really balling and he's dope. With the Rockets, I don't really know much to say. Like, they're bad as a team after being really, really good as a team for like the past decade. Just really, really good, but not on that superstar level that Cleveland and Golden State were on because of Steph and LeBron. But I'm just happy that John Wall is finally back and finally healthy, and he says he's in the best shape of his career, so props to him for returning well with that ACL injury. And ACL just reminds me of Klay Thompson, man, one of my favorite players to watch. Hope he comes back strong this season. And that's pretty much it for the video. If you guys enjoyed, then please leave a like on the video because, well, I mean, I don't even know what the YouTube algorithm is, but many YouTubers say it, so I guess help the YouTube algorithm. And subscribe for the YouTube algorithm. And yeah, plus I just want to show off to my friends when I reach 100 subscribers, so only 9 subscribers away. So if you're not subscribed and you're watching the video, please do so. Once I reach 100, you can just unsubscribe because I'll just take a screenshot and show it to them. My friends are not even subscribed to my channel. That's why I want to like brag and show off, help this kid, okay?